Hello, hello. Welcome to the Julie and Milo show. By the way, my name is Julie. I'm coming to you from Newport Coast, California. Say hello to my friend Milo.
I'm Milo. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee.
It's great to have you here today. So today we're talking about ONPASSIVE. And if you watched this message for the first time, you might ask yourself, what is ONPASSIVE? ONPASSIVE, it's a complete digital solutions that is driving traffic, 100% automatic targeted traffic to your business, any business online or offline. And also within ONPASSIVE, you'll be able to make residual income for life. That's what I was told. And ONPASSIVE has always over delivered. So today, Milo and I will be talking about how ONPASSIVE help churches. And if so many of you, I'm very sure that you actually have been putting money out to help churches for the better cost, for the cost, because churches is helping a lot of people. So today we wanted to talk with you how ONPASSIVE helping church. Milo, would you like to start off with our ONPASSIVE message
Abs-
today?
Absolutely, yeah. I do feel that On Passive is going to be great in helping churches and charities and anything like that. And, just what I know about churches and stuff, how they reach out to communities, I love, they're like an extended arm. If someone's down, if someone needs food, they're going to go to a church normally or whatever, and that church is going to help them out because they have programs set up. So there's no better way, I don't think, than on passive. Let's just get right into on passive and let's look at some of how on passive is. On passive. Let's start with the platform that on passive is on. On passive is on a platform, and it's on a platform that you can bring your website. So in other words, a church or a charity could bring their website and they could put it on this platform. And what the platform does is, I guess first, what I want to make very well known is we're not an MLM, we're not a network marketing. So let's throw that out of our minds right away and understand that this is a licensed and registered company in 217 countries around the world and expanding. It's really an exciting time to be a member of Own Passive. But what the benefits that it gives to a place is just incredible. As you know, Julie, you know how AI works. AI basically works. It looks for people that need to go to that website or that targeted traffic. When you said, that there's targeted traffic to it, it is targeted traffic. And I like to say, no matter how nice a website you have, it doesn't matter if no one sees it. You're not getting no business, or you're not having anyone come to your church, or you're not having anyone join whatever program you might have, whether it's a giving program, a donation program, what it is. You're not going to have people doing it because they're not looking for that. Okay. But people who are looking for it, same way with a charity. Say if you had a charity up there and you had a cancer fund or something up there, well, it's going to find people that cancer is close to it, whether they've had cancer, their families had cancer. This is the beautiful thing of AI. And you probably know, Julie, if you go onto the website and you're looking for shoes or something, all of a sudden, everything on Facebook turns to like a shoes ad on the side or a Google. You've noticed that before, correct?
Absolutely, absolutely, yes. I've noticed that before. Even if I was to buy something, maybe sunglasses or something like that, and every time I go on, even though I already bought the sunglasses, but it's still popping up on there. Anytime that they have a discount, they'll do that. They'll just pop it up on my screen, and if I actually clicked on the picture, they'll send me a text right away. They said, "Oh, I see that you're eyeing this sunglasses, and we have a discount." So it's really crazy where the power of AI can capture um, the shopping habits that I'm doing. I mean, even though I just eyeing the thing, you know. So
Absolutely.
it's really crazy. And I think what it does is it's really helping every single one of us who actually have a heart to help people at churches. And the way I see is if churches was to be part of On Passive, it's kind of like the donation that keep on donating. You know, talk about that a little bit, Milo, because I mean, I can see that if I was to give the church $100, that's all I can give, but it doesn't give more. But within On Passive, if I give the church $100, which is a position as a founder within On Passive, that position, that founder position can actually making more money, creating more money. That's what I'm saying is the gift that keep on giving.
I love it. I love it. And that is so true. Because if you took that $100 and you put it in, you know, and then it starts paying out, and as it pays out, you know, someone else comes in and they maybe put $100 under that. Well, that bills that even more, and another one puts it under, it bills it more. But the cool thing is that not only does it bill the churches, but it bills that person's all back over again. So they gave $100, you know, and here in a month or two, they might be getting $200-300 back, but not residual income. You know, I seen a meme once that I loved it. It said, if you knew what residual income was, you would drive a boat through a brick wall, and it showed a boat right into a brick wall, you know. And I thought, wow, that's quite a shocker, but it captures your attention because residual income is always there. It's better than a lottery because you're always going to have money coming into it. And like you said, the beautiful thing of it is you give because you want to give from your heart and you want to bless someone. But at the same time, it gives back to you because now you have that spot and it just keeps giving back and back and back. You know, once, you know, say if you had a church in and you put another one underneath, or if they were underneath you, they're paying, you know, it's actually making you money each month. This is the beauty of ONPASSIVE, you know, and that's why I feel like that for churches and charities, this is like the most beautiful thing that you could ever have. There was a song that we used to sing in church years ago when I was a PK growing up, and I remember we would sing a song at offering time that said, "There's joy in giving, and I found this to be true. Everything you give to Jesus, He's going to give back to you." And it talked about that, how that, you know, when you give something with a giving heart, it's going to come back to you. And I do believe that, you know, ONPASSIVE is that. I do believe that, you know, with the movement, the family, you know, we're almost like a culture, a family, and people that want to give. I think there's a lot of people in that want to give and want to help people. And I do think that, you know, that homeless stuff can be a thing of the past because remember, this is in 217 countries around the world.
Absolutely. And the other thing too, this actually brought me back to a church that I used to belong to. During Christmas time, we used to do lessons and carols where we sing and we pray together. I mean, with this COVID-19, this pandemic, we can't really do that. But within ONPASSIVE, we actually could put our concert on. We could put our lessons and carol on, and all the or all the parishioners could attend a live concert. I mean, just think about that. And if any of us who actually what do you call it, a pastor out there that want to preach for the community, I mean, one of the software that we have is a webinar. You know, let's just say that they go onto Zoom, but there's only a certain amount of people. If they pay for a really high package, they can only have 5,000 people. Maybe there's a church that's actually well known and have hundreds and thousands of followers. You know, within the O Connect software that we have, or we call it a webinar that we all have, we can actually have hundreds and thousands of people attending and actually listen to that message. I mean, we can go on and on and on about how ONPASSIVE could help particular topic that we're talking about church. Are there any other things that you want to mention?
That's absolutely true. I mean, I love that point. And whether it's Christmas carols, you're doing that, you could broadcast that to the world. Remember, you can broadcast that to the world. You could have a donation thing that money comes in, or people could join. You know, the cool thing is when they join your Zoom, they're going to get a 7-day subscription to all of this software that you know they could get onto that pays you a monthly residual income. Now, on top of that, you know, churches, you know, they're looking for places to put their preaching out or their speaking out. You can do that on ONET. You can have your own radio station that goes out to 217 countries in the world. You can also have a TV broadcast, which you were talking about, you know, a webinar or Zoom, where you have unlimited. So if you got 1 million people that want to see you, there's 1 million people that can see you with no delay. It's just like a TV. It's like watching a TV, you know, and how incredible is that? You're not paying for that. You know what I'm saying? That's all included in this price of what you're getting with your software and stuff. It has a virtual network, a VPN, which makes it virtually, you know, where you don't need antivirus or anything because it's very well secure. You know, I've even heard that, you know, there's probably some governments that's going to switch over to our software because of how secure it is. You know, you've got that. You've got the chat box. If you had a prayer request line, this chat box could answer that prayer request and say, hey, we'll be praying for you, and get that into the website or whatever. There's just, man, when I think about it for charities and churches, there is so many different things, you know, and same way with say if a church wanted to have a food program, you know, they wanted to buy food. Okay, so they buy a spot for food, or someone buys a spot for food. This thing continually generates money each month. But now anyone that wants to donate to this food bank, they buy a spot under this food bank, which gives it more money, number one. But not only does it give the church more money, it gives that person that donated that money back so that they can keep donating. So they buy another spot. They keep buying spots. And guess what? It keeps blessing them and blessing them and blessing them. And that could be for, you know, that doesn't necessarily mean that it could be for food. It could be for people who are, you know, less fortunate than others. There's people out there that just need a hand up, you know, that have gone through what they've gone through in life, and they could use a hand up, you know. And all of this becomes part of that. But the software also is, you know, a contact management system where you can put all your people into it. It can keep track of their givings. At the end of the year, it will actually spit out what their givings were. You know, it also does all your things. You don't, as a church, you're nonprofit, and most nonprofits are, so they don't have to pay taxes or whatever. But if, say, you were in a tax situation, you know, it would run your taxes for you also. Just incredible stuff. You can make your Sunday school bulletins up on it because you no longer need Photoshop, because that's all integrated in with it. So you start making your Sunday things up, and guess what? You could share them with other churches. Say if you're trying to build other churches, you share it with them. Now, here's another good thing. So many of churches are involved in missions, whether it's home mission or foreign mission. Home missions being the smaller churches in the U.S., or foreign missions being the people across seas. How cool is it that you could set up a program for that and also have the money regenerating each time, and people give money into it, they buy a spot or whatever, and it just starting to generate money. But remember, you're not only blessing the church when you pay that, you're blessing yourself. And it's the coolest thing that I've ever seen.
Absolutely. It's so cool to be in ONPASSIVE. And like I said earlier, when you are in ONPASSIVE, you really don't have to donate money out of your pocket every single month. It's a gift that you give it once, and it's keep on giving, you know? And basically, you literally just creating money to give to donate. You know, it's something where I don't have to, you know, squeeze here and there to be able to give to the church or to the charity that I'm passionate about. But all I have to do is just give it one. That means that you have to go in and buy a founder positions. And when the company launched, you know, there's money to be made within ONPASSIVE, and you don't have to do much. It's literally a plug and play, and it's a lot of work. It's already done for you. I mean, Ash Mufarad and his team actually have already built this for you. It's there. You don't have to lift your fingers. It's basically you click, you drag, and it's done for you. You know, and a lot of can you turn on the light, baby? And a lot of the point that I'm trying to bring is that within ONPASSIVE, there's actually a wallet, you know, that the church has, and every time when their parishioners stuck on rent and couldn't pay rent, they could literally be able to move money or to pay rent for a parishioner from the wallet out to the landlord. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. They could. The other thing is, you know, remember if that parishioner had given money to the church, they're going to start making, and it's all time freedom, you know, they're going to get paid back, and it will definitely pay your rent on time every time. You could actually put a thing in just to pay your rent, and it will pay your rent, you know. There's no doubt about it. But you were talking about the old wallet. The old wallet is so cool because I like to say that it's your own personal world bank. So these churches, a lot of times, you want to get your message out to a whole bunch of people, you know, and you want to have the world hear your preacher, you know, and you can do this. 214 countries, they could hear the word just like a TV show. You could have a regular TV show. Now, whether you have just all your own church on or you have multiple churches on, you do it however you want to. All I'm saying is you can become a TV show, but around the world. So if that person around the world in Mexico has pesos that they want to give you, they could give you pesos, and the bank would convert it into American money or digital dollars. You know, also cryptocurrency. You'll take cryptocurrency. You know, the options are just so endless on this. And same way with charities. You know, I keep coming back to this, you know, whether it's cancer, it's Children of Jude Hospital, you know, there's a lot of good programs out there that could use, you know, that, and a lot of people give to. And the thing of it is, if they can realize that if they get in ONPASSIVE, for $100, you can get in as a founder. Now that's going away here in a few days. So then it's going to cost $149. And once that goes away, it'll probably be, you can still get in, but you're going to get in as a reseller, and it'll be like probably $150 or something, between 100 and 250 bucks, somewhere in there. And you would buy your spot. But there again, it would keep giving to you. You know, you could give to the organization, whether it's, you know, a cancer organization or whatever. And all of a sudden, you know, or even American vets, you know, I think of American vets, you know, give to American vets. There shouldn't be an American vet on the side of the road, you know, begging for food, you know. So it set them up where that, you know, you could give to American vet, it would pay him out. But guess what? Now it's starting to bless him so much that, do you think he's going to give back to American vets? I'm pretty sure he is. You know, once he gets on his feet and he starts working. So the truth of it is, and Ash Mufarad, what an incredible guy. I mean, his heart, his passion, when I met him, it was incredible to see how, but his thing is to give back, to give back, to give to people. You know, it's not all about collecting all the money all the time and getting everything for me, you know, which has kind of become some of the world today. You know, everything's all about me, you know. Well, if we can give back and still get more, you know, I think that's a legacy we can create. And I believe that Ash will go down in history at that. And even as far as like buying multiple positions, myself, I ended up buying my 2 daughters a position and then my 3 grandchildren a position, because I realized after I seen how this works in the building of it, you know, my grandchildren will not have to worry about college, you know, because it'll be paid by far. And even one of them is 16 years old. But I still know that by the time he's ready to go to college, it's not going to have any problems funding whatever college he wants to go to. He'll be able to do that, you know. Same way
Very
with my,
true.
yeah, same way with my granddaughters and stuff, you know. And so that's a really cool thing that I like. But you got anything to add to that?
Oh no, I was just saying I have a 10 years old daughter. By the time she's 18, I'll be able to buy her a car. You know?
Yeah,
You know,
anything
like,
you want,
well,
really.
yeah, basically, I mean, um, if you're watching this, if you have children, you know, grandkids, you know, great grandkids, you might want to think about it. It's a gift that you give and it's on giving. And Christmas time is coming. The best gift that can happen that you can give in this Christmas time is the gift of being a founder of OnPassive. And I'm telling you, the year 2020 hasn't been a great year for all of us, but it has been giving me a lot of hope, and I can actually create dreams. And I know you can do that too. And this 2020 will end in a very good note. What do you say to that, Milo?
Absolutely, I agree 100%. One thing I forgot to say, and I got to say this: say if you've got a building fund that you want to start building a brand new building, you can buy one of these, set it up as a building fund, and I guarantee you, you know, if people fund that, and even if they don't, it's gonna end up with people coming in and stuff, and all of a sudden you're not going to have to worry about the money to do your building fund because it will be there for you when you're ready.
Absolutely. So I think we're running out of time on this segment. Next time, we're going to cover another topic. And if you have a topic that you want us to cover, send Milo and I a message or get back to the person that shared this message to you. And if you listen to this and you want to become a founder, also get back to the person that shared this with you and let him or her know that you really appreciate it for him or her to get you onto this. And you know what? You're going to be really blessed. And also go out there and live and be kind and also stay in an abundance, you know, attitude. Do you have
Ab-
any last words?
Absolutely. I think your blessing is coming. If you've been praying for a blessing, it could be this right here, you know, without a doubt. I haven't seen anything better, but no, from Nashville, I'm so happy that you had me on the show tonight, and it was great.
Thank you, Milo. And I have to say this too before we end. On passive is the only opportunity. It's not the best opportunity, but it's the only opportunity you see in life. The only one. All right? Think about that. Have a great night, everyone.
Good night from Nashville.